good afternoon to all my listeners and viewers out there on the Primal 4K app, Facebook, YouTube, the World Wide Web, also Fit FM 96.7. Welcome you all to Primal Sports Jan. I'm your host, Dale.
And I'm Kane, the Schwab Watson. And we're back, and it's 2024. I hope you all had a festive season. I mean, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I mean, it was a memorable time again. You know, it's Christmas time where you see family and friends gather around. It was definitely a memorable time for me. And again, 2023 is in the history books, and I mean, we lived through it. A lot of things, I mean, coming through the pandemic from 2021, I mean, to things where it kind of normalized again. And, you know, we have to give thanks for all that we have been through. So we look forward to 2024. And again, you know, we talk about, we break down sports. Yeah. And we love sports here on Primal Sports because that's what we're about. Yeah.
So this week's show would be a 1 hour show. You know, yes. And we'll have our year in review. We'll have our year in review of 2023. You know, the highlights of the
highs, the lows.
Yes.
I mean, in all across sports, I guess, when you really look at it. And I mean, after the controversial box speaks later, you can feel free to call in and give us your highlight of 2023 if we missed out on anything. But I mean, looking back on 2023, I think what stood out for me was, as a Jamaican, the World Championships. And I mean, we saw where we had some great performances all over the track, but my number one performance probably would be Daniel Williams out of lane 1.
Okay.
Yeah, from start to finish, and to me that symbolized how Jamaicans are. You know, we look about Watalawa, and she was definitely not the favorite. I mean, it was a star-studded field, and I mean, she led from start to finish.
That was her second time winning
the World Championship.
And, you know, I thought the first time she won it, she was also the underdog as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, always underdog. So that to me symbolizes, you know, what Jamaicans really, how we really stand out, even though when against the odds, you can't rule us out. We have a big impact on the world, not only, I mean, in track and field, but you know, we're a rich culture with music and Rastafari and but that, to me, that performance, I mean, close second for me would be Anthony Watson. But even though the favorite wasn't in the race, he got injured, Gardner from Bahamas. So that's why I gave Daniel Williams the edge, because that field was loaded. Not to diminish what Anthony Watson did, because, I mean, he's our first 400-meter male champion since Bertland Cameron in the 80s. So again, that is a monumental feat. But I give Daniel Williams a slight edge because that field, the field was, I mean, if you see the PBs, the world record holder, Olympic champions, world champions, and I mean, she had a rough season and build up, but that race showed that, hey, when in it, you have a ticket, you have a chance. And she head from start to finish and a bullet start. And hey, coming up to 2024, which, I mean, in the latter part of the show, we'll break down more what we're looking forward to for 2024. But in review of 2023, I think that to me stand out the most. Although, again, the Reggae Girlz historic run again is another close call. But to me, for me personally, my opinion, it could go with either which one, but I'm going with Hans Williams. Yeah. Okay. How about you? What you say 2023?
Well, obviously, my thing is going to be totally different. It's more general. The return of Novak Djokovic, my favorite tennis player of all time.
Okay.
You know, so for me, the return back to the Australian Open, winning the Australian Open after being deported the year before.
Not wanting to take the vaccine.
Not wanting to take the vaccine. Went on to win the French Open. You know, lost in the Wimbledon finals, and went on to win the US Open as well. So for me, it would be Novak, completing the year with 3 Grand Slams. You know, he was also ineligible last year for the US Open because of the whole same vaccine and whatever. So he was able to play in the 2023 US Open and got the title, you know, and he gave an incredible speech, even with Kobe Bryant jersey. And, you know, so for me, I thought that the return of Novak in 2023 was my highlight for that year, you know.
Oh, fair enough. What do you think about the chip in him chest? I don't really understand that.
I know you're going to go with the chip in him chest.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
You know, have to evolve,
like
things are changing and you just have to get with the time. So if it mean that the next man I forgot to put the chip in.
But him don't want the vaccine, but him put that chip in them chest.
I'm telling you, he want to regulate everything and know what's happening at certain points, so.
Like him have a second heartbeat.
Yeah.
But
But that's definitely the biggest moment for me in 2020. What came close would have been Reggae Girlz for me as well. That's a great achievement.
Yeah.
So I'd definitely have the Reggae Girlz right there.
Yeah. I give Daniel because she won the goal.
As a team sport. And we don't normally do well in team sport and the big scene. So I have the Reggae Girlz at second, and I have Sharika and Daniel right there.
Yeah. I mean, because we expected from Sharika,
yes.
Definitely proud moment as well.
Of course.
Sharika was a favorite, and she had a remarkable season, and we all know that she was running against the clock.
Yeah, we know.
So that's why I gave Daniel because we're like, all right, we hope she can get on the podium, but to lead from start to finish and beating that field,
surprising
that is probably the
everybody.
best field ever assembled in a 100-meter hurdles female race.
Probably right,
That is the best. That is the best field you ever can possibly assemble.
Up to this point.
With the PBs and the titles and all of that, and she was probably even picked not to even make the finals.
Yeah.
But again, she in herself has a title, a world championship title before this. So when you see the lineup from 1 to 8, I have to make my producer do a research because I want to see that lineup from 1 to 8 in that final.
Yeah,
and
man,
trust me,
get on it.
because that field was loaded, world record holder.
Yeah.
I mean, PBs all over, and I mean that was remarkable. I said that's why I gave her the edge, but I just said, man, a grand scale Novak returning, it was a big thing.
Of course, yeah.
And when you really look at it, you have to appreciate all these stars. When you see them retiring, look at Messi and Ronaldo now, going off to different leagues in the twilight of their career. Look at Novak, look at Nadal now, struggling to come back, playing well, and then have a little injury now leading just before Australian that starts next week. We're not sure if he's going to play, but just to see them out there competing is a joy. When you look at these stars, this might be Shelley's last year again. Yeah. I mean, remember when Shelley was a youngster, made the team, and now she's,
the veteran.
Mommy Rocket.
Rocket, no.
So, I mean, it's just awesome to see generational talent and to go out there. And me, myself, getting older, when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, Michael Jordan. When you look back, I'd be like, oh, Kobe Bryant. I was like, yo, I used to get up and watch Kobe Bryant. Yeah. And I know he's no longer playing. Passed on, but even so, he retired. Look at LeBron James at 39 years old going on. So even so, we love sports. I love to go out there and see them compete. So yeah, other things in 2023 that's still
as I said, I have to pick up the Reggae Girlz.
Mm-hmm.
I have to big them up for the achievement. Drawing with Brazil, beating Panama, and drawing with France. Qualifying to the round of 16, they lost to Colombia 1-0, but I thought it was an incredible achievement on the girls' part. Back-to-back World Cups. Mm-hmm. Regardless of what's happening now or taking place, they did Jamaica proud. So
yeah, man, fly the flag high.
Yeah, we have to big up the Reggae
even
Girlz.
all the cascades going on with JFF and money's owed. On the field performance, the Reggae Girlz stood out.
Yes.
Above all, when it comes to team sports, again, we have to big up the netballers because they're always repping. And we can't push them aside because they are the number one ranked team.
They came third this year. Yeah.
Third. I will check back that, but even so, they always in.
They got a bronze medal in the World
Bronze
Championship.
medal, and they beat Australia match but they're always in the top 3, top 4, and they're the number one ranked team, Jamaican team, whether male or female.
Yes.
But the Reggae Girlz performance was as a team performance that stood out above all in 2023.
Team of the year, easily the team.
Easily,
of the year.
hands down.
We're having something local here in Jamaica.
And we know what World Cup is, and we see the female sport growing, where it's a lot of countries even playing and playing.
Even though the netball girls got bronze medal, I still would give the achievement of team of the year to the football. The Sunshine Girls got bronze. The Reggae Girls qualifying for the round of 16. I would give it to them based on the level of competition in terms of the global
And even touching Reggae Girlz, what about the Reggae Boys? We saw where they made some good performance in the last part of the season and qualified for Copa, which we're looking forward to in 2024. But the Reggae Boys, I mean, look like they're trying to get it together. We're not too sold on Coach Grimy, what we call him, Grimy or Grimy? But we're not too sold on it. But we see where there's improvement. I mean, with the results, we're getting results. I mean, we had some ups and downs with the Reggae Boys, calling for who should be in the team and who for get bench and who for call up and all that.
Yeah, so the Reggae Boys looking much better.
Yeah.
And
that's one of my wish lists for 2024, but we get to that, as I said, later in the show or soon, because we're wrapping up with 2023 and Reggae Boys, as I said, finish on a high.
Yeah.
Qualifying for the Copa America, and I think that is a big thing. And we're drawn in a favorable group. Can avoid the likes of Argentina and Brazil, the big names. But I mean, going forward, strength to strength for the Reggae Boys, and I don't know if we're gonna get Mason Greenwood. That might be a thing, but Mason Greenwood playing good in Spain for Getafe. But with the mix we have with the Reggae Boys, I think that going forward, definitely too much is given, much is expected, and we expect a lot for the Reggae Boys. I mean, I don't think that we should be just knocking on the door, wondering if we're going to qualify for World Cup. I think we're as good as Mexico and USA on paper. On field, it's a different thing. Yeah. But if we gel and get together with the talent that we have, with the likes of, I mean, Bobby Reed scored a remarkable goal for Fulham this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems to be, that's all of them score remarkable goals. The easy ones him tend to miss, but
and Liam Bailey played
Bailey has player of the month for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Mikel Antonio, you name it. So we have people that are playing in top flight clubs in Europe, and as I said, we shouldn't be just knocking on the door. We should be qualifying for World Cup every year. I think that we definitely have the talent, and days of wondering if we should qualify should be longer. Look how Mexico is just automatic every year.
It's every year the automatic. Mexican and
look how
American.
Canada come up now strong. Remember we used to be like, Canada almost can get 3 points now. Canada a big team. Canada, I go Mexico and I do things.
Yeah.
A whole of USA and all that. Canada is a powerhouse in our region, so why can't we be one of those powerhouses? And kick off Canada. We can kick off Canada out of the top 3. So
right. Let us see. As you say, it's down to the coaching staff and everybody to put it together and put the players in the right position to be successful. So let me see how it works. We're definitely looking forward to that.
I mean, also, even so we touch on a lot of major sports too. What about the minor sports? And again,
no, but remember big up Mona again, because we were still in. It was just a couple weeks ago. Craig Butler, doing a remarkable history at Mona High School, winning the Manning Cup title here in Jamaica. So that is one of the highlights for 2023 as well.
Mona winning the Manning Cup.
First time in the school's history. Yeah. For the first time I'm seeing a Mona tie at the stadium. I don't even know how Mona tie looks like, so I'll tell you, the man creates history.
Yeah, so people go around Mona Pride.
Yes, man, Mona Pride is out there now.
Like how Georges have them tag and JC have them tag and, 40 scatter, etc. Non-protest.
Start off a tradition for Mona, so.
If it wasn't for Peter, I would know about Titchfield still, but Titchfield have them tag, Manchester High, if you go rural side, but even so Mona Pride doing big things down there, and as I said, it's a remarkable feat.
So that was one of the
I have to give kudos to Heidel as well, going finals, and second, even though they finished second, Heidel had a good run. Had a good run.
Second time reaching the finals as well. So we see these two schools been knocking on the door. So hopefully next year.
Yeah, and on the local scene, that's probably a big highlight last year.
Of course, locally, And
I mean, we're looking forward to boys and girls champs in a few months' time, because that is where the young stars come out and the ones for the future. I mean,
we'll see where we have the first meet happening today. By JC, and the first track meet. I think you might have one or two of the senior runners, probably doing like a 400 or 800. Maybe Shelly or one of them up there going to run the 4 or 8.
You're not a 5,000 meter.
Yeah, for
nah,
the
you're not
background
do
work.
5,000 meter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
But,
so that was one. For me also, the Denver Nuggets winning the NBA title
last year.
Yes, man, that was also
in dominating fashion.
Yes,
round by round.
Yes, and as I said to you, what I like with Denver is not a team that's filled with stars.
Yeah.
They have 2 stars, and they have a bunch of good role players that complements what the stars want to do. You know, so Garner did well. Everybody keeps thinking that they need 3 and 4 superstar on one team in order to win. And we said Denver went old school. Even the way they played, but you didn't even see a lot of threes.
Yeah.
It's inside out basketball. So I was happy to see that kind of style, or should I say style, come back to within the NBA. You know, and I see more teams playing similar to Denver. I don't see if you watch matches now, you notice you don't see a lot of 3-point shooting every minute.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's more inside play.
Yeah,
but the threes are more of a result of people kicking out instead of people just pulling up from threes. A lot of inside play kicking out.
Yeah, so
people going in the post again and play interior basketball, but then kick out for the 3 or the open 3, or I would say.
And I think Nicola will inspire a new set of big men to start playing that way again.
Yeah, I mean, playing a pivotal role, because I see where a lot of big men have a lot of assists when you look at the stats.
Yes.
Anthony Davis getting 4 or 5 assists a game. Joel Embiid getting triple doubles.
Yeah.
Not only just getting rebounds, passing the ball out well. So, I mean, Jokic is and Giannis triple doubles, more than one for the season so far. Racking up a lot of big men racking up. Assists. But even so, I don't big up the Lakers winning the in-season tournament for last year.
Probably no, so that's not a highlight.
Oh, okay.
That's not a highlight.
Okay. But look at their record after. So I tell this in-season thing. I tell my friends that you know, I mean, it's quite
something like
they're probably like 3 and 8, 3 and 9,
12 games.
Yeah, about 3 and 9 since the in-season tournament. They lost to Memphis last night. Ja Morant is back. I mean, Ja Morant playing good as well. And Memphis Grizzlies seem to be, you know, find back their leader, the inspiration with him out there on the court.
Yeah,
I see where they're getting wins. Yeah, probably lose like 2 matches back, like 5 and 2.
They're gonna make the playoffs without a doubt.
I'm not so sure about that because they're way behind. They have some catching up to do.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind. This kid.
They're gonna pass the Lakers then.
This kid is the real deal, man. This kid is the real deal. You know, since John Morant returned late in December here, I tell you, it's a real deal. Man, real deal.
Highlight reel.
Yes.
Entertaining to watch. As it said, him don't just jack up threes. Him go in the paint and him small, and I see him dunking on big men. I mean, getting assists. I said, and not only the stats, when you come on the stats on the sheet, the inspiration, leading the team. You can see that he's their leader. And he's like their quarterback, so to say. And with him out there, Memphis is a better team. And I don't know if they're going to make up that ground, but it's a lot of ground to make up. But they have a chance. Because, you know, it's 10 teams now with the whole, trying to get in and all of that. And we see where now, I think Lakers is number 10 now. Warriors are 11. And I think Memphis is 12. Yeah. So one of those teams won't make it in the 10.
Obviously.
And if you're saying they're going to make it, that means the Lakers and the Warriors probably out.
Possibly.
I mean, but the Rockets are up there. Rockets might have a worse second half to the season based on the star talent. I mean, Lakers have 2 big stars and might get over the hump. Not so sure about Warriors. Draymond Green issue with being suspended indefinitely. I don't know.
The Warriors probably too small now, and then as you said, Draymond is out. Yeah, the Warriors too small.
And Draymond is a leader on that team, for him to go out in this fashion, definitely hampering the team. And we see where Curry trying him best, but
and to be honest with you, Steph Curry is not Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you put Allen Iverson over?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to put Allen over Steph. But what I will say is that Allen can carry a team by himself better than how Steph can. That's how I put it. And Steph gonna need a lot more help. Allen can carry a team way more than how Steph can. Yeah. Based on the talent in terms of the physical attributes that Allen had quick.
A different game now. The game is different from back then. You have way more positions, different type of structure for the teams and the way they play.
Alan had a good in terms of a good team around him in the early days. In terms of Alan's problem was not so much on the court. It was off the court, training and lifestyle issues. But for me, as a pure talent, Alan is by far a better pure basketball player than Steph Curry.
I mean,
without a doubt.
I think it's close.
It is close.
It's close. It's debatable.
Yeah,
most people would probably say Steph because of being a prisoner in the moment and not really remembering Allen Iverson.
That in those days, as a one.
And even so, Kobe Bryant said it. We have to thank God that Allen Iverson is not 6'6". Because if Allen Iverson was 6'6", he'd be in the GOAT debate.
Of course.
Allen Iverson is a killer.
But my problem is not just because he was a 6'6". The problem is that off the court, he was a bit like Walter Boy. He was a bit like Walter Boy. You know?
And he's definitely had an impact on the game.
All
more.
the players, Kobe, apart from MJ,
even the players growing
Allen
up
Iverson
was
Kobe.
It was rival. Yeah. And then again, Allen Iverson with the tattoos and the headband and the big shots and the crossovers. He was definitely inspirational to youths.
Of course.
Growing up watching basketball.
So a lot of these youngsters listening
probably
to the
don't
show
know AI.
say, who is AI?
I
must put AI over
AI was an MVP. I think 2 times.
The quickest first step in NBA history was Allen Iverson. And Allen could dunk. Let's just show you how explosive he was. The young one. But when you talk about
he was
6'1". First step and incredible.
Yeah, Allen Iverson is
incredible.
It's close, but Steph Curry with the rings and the whole 3-point record and all of that. When you look at resume,
of course, that's
the people would look and say Steph Curry. But that's why we watch the game, because people telling me that LeBron better than Kobe and they come with all these stats and everything, and I'm like, you telling me what I know? I see all of them do it, and I still have Kobe over LeBron.
Exactly.
So I don't know what you reading off a stat sheet, how much this, how much that. Kobe's a better offensive player and defensive player. Hey, to me, and that's my opinion. So hey, you might have a different opinion. Some may agree with me, some don't. But AI back to AI was a talent. We're not even looking at 2023. We're going way back. AI to the early 2000s.
But anyway, I want to ask you a question. The surprise performance of the year.
Surprise, you.
You probably go with your performance of the year, which is Daniel. But
that probably be my surprise performance.
My surprise is Sha'Carri Richards.
No, with her talent, to me, it's not a surprise. I mean,
you thought she was going to win?
I thought she would be in the mix for sure.
You thought that Sha'Carri would have won that gold medal at the World?
I thought she had definitely a chance. But I thought she had a chance though. I thought she had a chance. Based on how the season going. Remember, she even had an injury before that. We
didn't believe it.
We didn't believe it, but it didn't come as much of a big surprise because her name was in the hat. I didn't have Daniel Williams' name in the hat, none at all.
Well, as I said, maybe you can. Maybe it's Daniel.
And Sha'Carri Richardson is a talent from a youngster coming up, one of the fastest juniors ever. The fastest junior ever. So I mean, it was just a matter of her time to get it all together. It took her long enough. I mean, hey, she beat Jamaicans, which I mean, we probably just don't like, but
it shocked a lot of Jamaicans.
It shocked a lot of Jamaicans, but based on her talent going off, it's in the right thing. Will she repeat this year? Would that be a shock if she repeat this year at the Olympics?
A definite yes.
That won't be a shock if she's defending world champion.
For me, it's gonna be a shock if she do.
We don't want her to do it, but when you look at it unbiasedly, she's a defending world champion. She's in the mix. She's in the heart.
I will for you guys, but I'll be shocked if she repeat that.
I'd be shocked if she win the 200 meter.
Because personally, I thought one of our girls gave away the race. That's my opinion. I thought that Sharika did not step. Wasn't paying attention to the outside lane 8. She was in lane 8, so that's also one of the factors. So I don't think she's going to repeat. But for me, it was between Daniel and Sha'Carri. But because I just never believed Sha'Carri had a chance to win that. You know, that's just my thing. Daniel
surprise,
Williams,
the surprise performance of the year.
The surprise performance of the year.
Yeah,
Yes, the hurdles.
I'm going to.
That probably is the number one.
Even Antonio Watson in the 400 meter, I mean, is a bigger surprise. But we saw where he gradually improved through the season.
Waiting about that race.
I mean, he's young. He's young.
It's a surprise, Peter.
I don't think it's a flaw. I think this youth is a real deal. And I keep telling you, never bet against a Watson. And you know this already. Do not bet against a Watson. Especially when him in the final.
Yeah.
When him name in the hat, I understand. But that performance was also a big performance.
Yeah.
I mean,
who was in that race though?
We'll have to double check. But the favorite, Stephen Gardner, got injured in the semi-final, and then to me it was a wide open race.
Wide open.
Yeah.
So we not really.
Yeah. So it wasn't.
It was a big. Surprise.
After the semi-final, I was like, Stephen Gardner out, Antonio Watson on the podium. You know, I was trying to search which color. I'm like, but him can't win. When I really look at the field, I'm like, why him can't win? And he won. So
the biggest disappointment of 2023.
Biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
Of 2023. Wow.
It's hard to find, right?
Wow, the biggest disappointment is not only in that 100 meter in women. Probably not.
I'm sorry, but it was the case. You heard the long jump guy from Jamaica who they said was.
Yeah, but he got injured. Triple jump. But he got injured.
No, but he got disappointed. It's the biggest disappointment for the year.
But after even qualifying, the qualifying
the
job
saddest,
was the number one.
Yeah.
We can't say the saddest.
The saddest, but not this. I wouldn't say disappointing.
We can't say the
because
saddest.
Disappointing would be like Asafa. Looking for Asafa and finish 8th in the race. We're in track and field. But I'm just saying, we can't be disappointed in the youth because he got injured. So I'm not disappointed. When you go up there and you're the world leader and you come last in the race, I don't come. But the youth, the mark that he had would have won the event, but he got injured. So I wouldn't see it as a disappointment.
Come up with some madness.
Yeah,
what about Neymar in the World Cup?
That was the year before.
2022.
Yeah. You still feel it. The biggest disappointment for the year. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh yeah, probably table tennis.
The thing is,
speaking
of table tennis, people will have someone from the table tennis community will join us in about maybe 10 minutes
or so with a call.
He's very disgruntled. Disgruntled.
I want to speak to the
His
public.
name is Kamal Rahman Tula. He will come and speak with us about what's going on in the table tennis environment.
What is going on though, coach? Because I'm clueless.
There's an election and
there is
supposed to be an election.
Is there?
Well, he will come and discuss it.
Yeah.
So
but you're a part of the setup. I'm no longer a part of the setup.
All right.
People are telling me that I need to come out of retirement.
Yeah.
And I'm telling them they know what to do if they want me to come out. No, the big dogs. The big dogs want me to come out.
It's the most disappointing thing for the year. The table.
Yeah,
tennis.
for me.
Jamaica Table Tennis.
Jamaica Table Tennis Association.
Oh, the association is the most disappointing.
Yes. But table tennis had high. The Mark Phillips won the national title. I mean, Sonny Lewis won the female title. It's good to see both of them winning the national championships.
Two new national champions for the year.
Not much going on in and around table tennis, but I mean, it's always good to see that the national championships keep, and I mean, hopefully brighter days for table tennis in Jamaica. But to me, that was the most disappointing.
Well, let's just say,
I mean, Table Tennis Association, for the year.
Oh, say the Table Tennis Association, Jamaica TT Association.
Yes, not Jamaica
in terms
TT.
of performance was the most disappointing for 2023.
For me,
For
all table tennis players.
Please don't put words in my mouth.
No, but you're not a player. You're not a player. You're a coach.
Okay, for all table tennis players.
Yeah.
Okay, no, fair enough.
So,
explain why. So fair enough.
You stop me with some of these questions. You surprise me with them.
You just saying performance.
And I guess comeback of the year would be Novak.
Yes.
Comeback of the year.
Obviously.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah. Obviously.
So,
Novak would definitely be there as well.
Yeah, but 2023 I had a lot of bright spots.
Yeah.
I mean, few disappointments here and there, but overall you have to take the highs with the lows. And I mean, 2023 we lived through it. We saw some remarkable performances. I mean, as I said, we look forward to 2024. But what we look forward to now is the first sports commentary of the year from the controversial boss himself. I'm wondering what he's going to come up with. Because, never short on controversy.
Our people, it's time for sports commentary.
Well, greetings let's start the year right. This year I plan to be less controversial and perhaps, you know, keep the thing more
The people are the controversy, right?
No, well, I don't know, but this year I'm feeling in that mood. But you know, there's a song, Bob Marley song, Lord, I gotta keep on moving. There's a line in that song where Bob Marley say, tell Ziggy I'll be fine, and to keep Sidela in mind. Which Sidela you think she's referring to? Bob Marley is referring to his daughter, Sidela Marley, aka the ambassador for Reggae Girlz Football Federation. Why did Bob Marley leave that word in it? Was it prophetic? Was he trying to tell us something about the Reggae Girlz and Sidela's ambassadorship? I don't know, but the conspiracy tongues are wagging. So they say that Sidela Marley recently announced that she would be quitting her substantial duties as the ambassador for Reggae Girlz. And that's a shocker to us all, that Sidela would pull out, especially at a time when the president and the JFF, by all indications, were moving to resolve the impasse. The money that they said they pulled out over, they tried to sort it out. But Sidela they weren't able to keep Sidela in line, despite what Bob said. They could keep Ziggy fine, but they couldn't keep Sidela in line. So that pullout is going to mean millions of US dollars, you know, because Sidela so far and the Bob Marley people have put in $2.7 million into the Reggae Girlz. So that's going to be a bit of a loss. But it's kind of curious to me that all of this is happening now, because there's an election in a week time, Yeah. So the timing couldn't be more random, or is it random, more deliberate? The timing look a little suspicious to me. And I suspect that I hope Bob Marley is not playing sides, Bob Marley Foundation. And I hope Sidela is not playing sides in the Football Federation thing, because mysteriously, is the money going to come back when a new president is elected? And furthermore, you know, I heard one of my co-presenters announce the team of the year to be Reggae Girlz. I was listening, they're not in my top 10 team of the year, you know. I think the Reggae Girlz performance, it didn't involve a lot of wins. And it was very fortuitous in the knockout format that they were able to make the quarterfinals. Oh, and I'm being corrected. It's not, they didn't even make the quarterfinals. They made the top 16. They got to the group phase. I don't think that was all that big a deal. And I asked the question, was the Reggae Girlz World Cup performance the worst thing to happen to women's football? Because after that, you know, I found that they got very bumptious. I found that they got very brave. I found that they got very emboldened. And they made statements that, I don't want to get preachy, they made statements that normally sports people don't say those things of their federation. You know, I remember watching Top Striker. Tell me Top Striker name again. Bonnie Shaw. Mm-hmm. Bonnie Shaw made some statements to Ian Wright about, boy, we had to beg money to reach World Cup, and we had to, and those kind of things. And that would not have happened. And it never happened. But I think she felt boosted. And sometimes when you achieve things, you feel to talk, you know. I remember losing in the national finals at YMCA. And it was very, very lucky. The tables were moved around. It was a tough game for me. He's at the table here. And after the man beat me and shake my hand, I see the man drop on the ground and start doing push-ups. And it burnt me. And I said, I'm going to get that Kane Watson boy. You know what I mean? When you win, sometimes you must chill. And the Reggae Girlz, they won. They won and got to a certain level, and they didn't chill. Now, to cricket. You know I carry feelings, right? Yeah, so cricket. I see Steve Waugh get up and say that the ICC need to get involved in saving Test cricket. Saving Test cricket, because Test cricket format gone. But where was Steve Waugh all this time? Steve Waugh must have been sleeping. For the last 10 years, the shorter formats of cricket have taken over. In fact, 50-50 don't exist again. It's all T20. And I think that, you know, in light of what we're talking about, the disbanding of West Indies and so on, I think that's what ICC can't save Test cricket. Test cricket is boring. Let's face it, folks. It's boring. It's not interesting, and it don't need to be saved. Why we want to save something? Do we want to save the I don't know, the steam engine? You know, we don't make no sense to save the steam engine. Time gone. No. On a sad note, 3,000 meter steeplechase runner for Kenya, Kiplagat. I'm sure you all know the name. Was stabbed to death. And Kenya, you all need to do better than that. If it's Jamaica, them did stab one of our people to death, you don't hear what a big disgrace it is. It's a big disgrace. You should protect your national treasures, you know? And national treasures, you need to be careful where you put yourself at times like that. Because in table tennis, there are 2 national treasures around this table. Every corner coach him is a treasure too. We are very careful where we go.
Very careful, yeah.
Because we know that if this man is irreplaceable, as are the other 2 people around the table in the sport. I'm going to stick to table tennis. Did y'all watch the WTT finals? Fan Jindong, seemingly unbeatable. Fan Jindong lost to Wan Chu Chin, a little Chinese boy that I pointed out to Dale Parham many years ago and telling him that is going to be the next man. I didn't expect it so soon, but to beat Fan Jindong 4-0 in a world championship finals is a hell of a thing. It was about dominance. It was about technical, his ability to exploit Fan's weaknesses. I never thought Fan had any weakness to my eyes. And Wang Chuchin was able to exploit the middle and exploit the movement of Fan Jindong, exploit the limitations of his backhand and all this kind of thing. Wang Chuchin is a man who actually ended the career of Ma Long, if you want to know the truth, you know. Wang Chuchin is a person who eliminated the greatest of all time, Ma Long, by certain patterns. And he's doing the same thing to Fan Jindong now. He's deconstructing him. Much the same way, I won't tell you what the last time Kane and me played, but I've seen similar things occur. Now, last thing, the East Germans did quite a lot of work in trying to produce great athletes. The Russians did the same thing. The Chinese, because you know that if you put the right people together, you'll be able to produce the right genes, because Jamaica, I believe that there's something in the country, the middle of Jamaica there, Falmouth, Mandeville, that produced a Bolt and an Elaine that allowed us to think there. In horse racing, they pick the thoroughbreds and they kind of make sure that the thoroughbreds are in the same vicinity so that the bloodline, the strength of the thing is going through. Now I'm going to suggest something. I know that Bolt has a taste for the ladies, but Bolt ladies, Bolt, little pretty short, little round girls. And Elaine is out there. And I think that it's time we in Jamaica start to think about if we're going to produce athletes, what would happen if Bolt was able to produce a line of athletes with say Elaine or even a Shelly Ann.
So I guess Omar Brown
the
and
point I'm making
Campbell.
don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I believe that. I'm not suggesting that the athletes go to studying, But I mean, with Asafa Powell now retired, what are you saying? And I know Asafa has a liking for a particular looking girl, and Bolt seem to like the ladies from Europe and all those kind of things. But what would happen if Jamaica took the bloodline seriously and got a Elaine and a Bolt, and put that together? That would be the solution for all, at least, because it's genetics. Yeah. It's genetics, gentlemen.
Oh, you're going back to my point, okay.
And that's sports commentary. What say you?
I tell him, I thought controversy bars would have got easy with the controversy this year. The man start off with that shit bang, I tell you. Man's genetics. Yeah. But I mean, if you look at it, then Omar Brown and Veronica Campbell Brown.
Two big runners?
Yeah, 2 big runners. I mean,
we could start a dating service for athletes. Think about it. We could start a dating service for athletes right here on Primal. I would introduce Mr. Bolt. Meet Elaine.
Boy. Yes. All right, people, do remember the 4 lines are open. 1-876-552-7406. And that's via WhatsApp only. I repeat the number again. 1-876-552-7406. Yeah, the controversial boss, but never short on controversy. And that one, I mean, how did Bolt come about then?
Yeah.
How did Elaine come about?
Both parents or both athletes?
Yeah. But wasn't a known athlete?
No, but they were good. But you didn't have structure back then, really.
Yeah,
and
but
a lot of people had to work.
Yeah, but I mean that don't necessarily how you get these superstars.
I always believe that if MJ had married another athlete, I think him would have his offspring would have been taller and more, you know.
But his taste is for the little Mexican girls, you know.
Like all superstars.
Yeah.
Why do the superstars want Mexican girls?
Latinos.
Athlete girls, man.
I say, we want to keep the trend going.
Yeah. I mean, like a bloodline.
But the East Germans really did those things.
Yeah.
They went to the lab, and the lab them going and start.
That's all right. Like they're generating it. I said, all right, this is going to be the perfect athlete. But I mean, but.
Hey, don't be surprised if countries really start to what Peter says. Our people start thinking about it on that
but we see where athletes do hook up and are together.
Yeah. But no lies and
Brumfield. Junior Brumfield. I mean, but then again, I say, hey, people, they can just live their lives.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hello.
Hello,
I have to call straight people.
You're on the air, Kamal.
All right, people. Let us welcome Kamal Ramantula. Yeah, he's a part of the table tennis fraternity here in Jamaica, and he's here to speak on the issues that he's having currently. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Hello, you hearing us, Kamal?
You're live. You're live.
I'm hearing.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so we know of the election problems. We know there's a big delay, and so speak from your perspective as to what is actually happening.
Well, to make it plain and clear, it has been 2 years, going 3 years. The beloved P. Angelo had taken over the association.
Yeah.
And in that time, back in my days, playing table tennis with Mr. Peter Moyoung and to name, just as Colin McNeish, older than myself, and Ernest Berger and so on. In that 2 years, we would have at least 12, 14 tournaments, maybe a little less. In 2.5 years, Mr. Lou and his organization has been into this thing. Is what, 4 to 5 tournaments? That is one. Two.
If it's so much.
Right. Two. It has been basically promises. Which has not been fulfilled. There's a thing that I'm going to say on here now that they are bragging about a third place going to Domrep to play a tournament. Third place, yes, they're bragging, but does Jamaica know that it was 3 teams taking part?
Only 3 teams took part.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is about time now. We have a WhatsApp group that I have asked Mr. Lou to step down from the organization because he can't manage it.
Yeah. So on the basis, you want him to step down on the basis that he has not fulfilled his promises.
His promises and for not performing the way that a president and standing up on his foot as a president should.
Well, you're not the only person I know that has this view. I think more people are against it than for this current association. And as I said, time is ticking. And when do we decide that, hey...
Why not vote him out?
But even so, he's not even calling an election. So what do we do as a table tennis fraternity to move things forward?
I can't say that what he's holding on to and for, because the problem is this, that he has not called the elections. There has never been an AGM under his regime. There's no national program under his regime.
Sorry to cut you. When was the election due in 2023? When was it due? I don't want to lie. I'm not going to say anything that I don't know of. I don't remember the date. I don't want to lie. Okay.
Right, but he had promised last year, September, the financial part of it has not been delivered also.
Yeah.
And to make this clear, Angelo is very dear to me, but you can't be a hypocrite in this time and to beat around the bush and to do like others are doing and saying, oh, Andrew, and then behind him, you're putting him. No, I'm not going to do that.
No. Okay.
And to make it clear too, he has a lot of people that is going to run for the organization, you see? And suppose I tell you, those, I don't want to call any name, but they might be listening, and they know themselves. They are not against Mr. Lou,
Yeah.
And to tell you again, I have spoken to Mr. Lou this week.
We know you're not against him personally. It's just that the job at hand, as you said,
not
is
me
not,
alone.
is not
I'm not running for the
performed.
presidency. I don't want to be a part of the organization. I just want to see my sport, our beloved sport, not be a backyard sport.
Yeah.
And I've told him, I said to him, listen to me.
Go ahead. Come on.
Connection problem.
It's some connection problem there.
All right, so all right, so we know that they're supposed to have an election from what, maybe early last year, from February that is, right?
Yes. And now we're in February, almost in February 2024.
Yeah.
So it's 1 year, and even so, nothing has changed.
Back online, Kamal Roberto.
Hello?
I'm very sorry about that.
So Kamal, we'll just confirm that the election was supposed to take place last year, February.
Yeah.
Last year, February. Right.
So what's the next step for you and the fraternity?
Well, for me, I would ask, and I am asking, and I will stand by my word, for him to step aside with immediate effect. I would even I would even ask him to go into an AGM. That would be a waste of time, because more than 3/4 of Jamaica that knows table tennis, loves table tennis. It's not for him.
Yeah.
And not sorry, I should rephrase it. They have lost confidence in him in standing up as a president.
Yeah.
Not him as an individual. Let us say that.
Yeah. We know why you speak on the manner of the job that he has, not the man himself. And as you said, he's not performing, and he has had time to even improve on the performance. And as I said, nothing is going on from last year where elections were to be had, and I mean, it was touted that he would not win. And again, 1 year in, he's still in, no elections, and nothing has improved. So why not just step aside?
That is correct. I even spoke to him, not in person, but on the phone this week.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, listen to me. You can't manage it. Step aside. Please.
Kamal, I have a question for you. Your elections, people are always fighting to win the position of president. So why people fight for the position, and what do they do with it when they fight for the position? Why are they fighting over it?
You see, because of the constitutional rights that they have at times that they make, it gives them the power to do this and do that, And they hold on to nothing at times because of the constitution. That's my opinion, right? So whatever I'm saying, it is my opinion and my eyesight that I've seen over the years. And he's holding on to this thing. Maybe, just maybe, Mr. Lou have the audited statement, and don't want to produce it. Holding on to that.
But do you think, Kamal, he would have an audited statement and then breach the Constitution? Because for the elections to be delayed for so long, it's also a breach of the Constitution itself. So I don't think he will be holding on to the audit if it's done and end up breaching the Constitution.
But remember, he's saying that the auditors has not finished. The auditors has not finished. That's how we have been there. I'm almost certain that he did the thing about the past organization or whatever it is. Don't want to get in that. That is the past. We don't want to hold on to that. Okay. That is gone. So let's go up that and give us your 2 years. And I'm sure there's nothing much there to be done. So it must be there.
So what is the fraternity? What are you guys going to do about the situation?
No, you need to rephrase that. You need to rephrase that, Mr. Parra.
Yeah.
You need to rephrase that and say, what are we going to do?
Yeah, he sounds like he's not a part of it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I'm just interviewing you, so I know,
but you are also
He's part of the
the
fraternity as well. So
I'm
I'm the one that should be asking the questions because I am not. I am the one that should be asking you guys, what are you going to do about table tennis come 2020?
I am just here to interview him. And
no,
so
I'm the one that should be conducting interview.
Yeah. So Kamal, I've heard these stories from you and other people, but what about the actions? What are the actions that can be taken to resolve all of this immediately?
The actions that to be taken right now is basically to ask him. And there's something circulating around, that they're going to get in the ITTF involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if they get the ITTF involved, it can be a little bit sticky for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that probably somebody needs to be held accountable. I mean, if not, he's not taking a position and still holding on, then I guess the fraternity should probably go to the bigger heads, maybe JOA, if not the ITTF, and step in and handle affairs, because the sport is, I wouldn't say it's dying, it's basically dead. And you see where the likes of the sport that we love, we can't afford that to happen. So with immediate effect in the near future, I think that people who are involved in and around the sport should come together, have a meeting, and then after that, action should be taken. If a black road, a black road.
I don't think we should even get the our beloved Minister of Sport involved with this, because
I think that is better than the ITTF.
No, because I don't want it to be for anybody to get mixed up with a PMP, JP, political part of it. We don't want nobody to say nothing like that.
No, I think
to be otherwise.
Somebody needs to be held accountable. I said maybe the JOA, maybe the Minister of Sports.
Maybe the JOA can do that also.
Yeah, so
maybe the JOA can do that.
Alright.
Okay.
But
alright, but we wish the team tennis fraternity all the best for 2024. I hope you guys can get all of this resolved very soon. So thanks, Kamal.
You're welcome, man. It's a pleasure doing this.
Yes, man. Thank you. That's Kamal Roman-Tula right there. A table tennis lover, always around table tennis. Is a big part of the new movement up by Jamaica College with the youngsters.
And he's
very concerned about where the sport is heading to.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you, Kamal, for sharing your views. Now it's time for Froggy. Froggy. Well, Froggy in two.
Because we're 1 hour show this week.
Go ahead.
What I want to ask still is, why is the election for table tennis solely dependent on the president calling the election? Why is it that it's only up to him?
Same thing in Jamaica. Prime Minister alone call it.
But that needs to change. It needs to be a state where if you're given a position, you're given a position for a 3-year period or whatever, and at the end of the period. Everybody.
For the Prime Minister General,
yeah.
For table tennis president.
Everybody.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you.
You're into deep water there.
Anyway. Some co-hosts go through their top events, sporting events for the year of 2023, teams and so forth. I would say I would venture outside of Jamaica and outside of the regular sports, and I'll go to Formula One, which is one of my favorite sports. Team of the year for me would go to that Red Bull team for Formula One, and the sports person for the year for me would be Max Verstappen.
Max?
Yeah.
I think Froggy's more controversial than Peter at times.
I know why I go to that, because when you look at what happened for Formula One with Max and the Red Bull team, it's a unicorn year. You're looking at 19 victories out of 22. So it's 19 races won by him out of 22 races.
Is that a record or something?
It's a record.
It's a record?
19.
Over Lewis in his
19
dominance?
races won in one season by one individual. 10 consecutive races won by him alone. And currently, he's on 7 straight going into 2024.
Okay.
He has over 1,000 lap leads for the year 2023. Most wins from pole position is 16. Most pole position is 12.
All time, you're talking about?
This is a record. This
Okay.
is him breaking all records in one season. All
Okay.
time.
Oh, the GOAT year.
Most consecutive wins by a championship leader, 39. In terms of race, most points won, 575 points, considering it's 25 points per race. And the distance between him and second place is 290 points.
Okay, so the most disappointing would be Hamilton team.
Most disappointing for the year?
Yeah.
McLaren is because of McLaren.
Yeah, it's a one-horse race.
McLaren.
That's
McLaren
what.
did compete.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a one-horse race. That's why all the records are being broken.
Whether it's design problem
So you
or
said Max is the GOAT.
currently
Oh,
three-time champion.
That's a difference. I asked you a question.
He's going down the trajectory.
At this point in time,
He's a kid growing up to be the GOAT.
At this point in time,
Currently, he's the GOAT.
you can't have currently the GOAT. Great with all times. That's why
He's not the greatest all
Okay,
time. not
that's why we're
just-
having
but
debates.
currently, he's a kid coming up to being the GOAT.
Okay.
He's in the kid level. He's growing and he's growing fast.
yeah.
And I don't know who's going to stop him right now.
Who's the competition? Them are forced out all the competition.
Even with Lewis Hamilton and his great McLaren team coming back, or his great Mercedes team coming back, there's no stopping him. You know why I say that? He has the most pit stop in a race and still won the race. 6 pit stops, 1 race, and still won the race.
How is that possible? Break that down for us.
There was a couple of crashes. He had to change a couple of tires.
Then that's why he win the World Championship last year.
Yeah, you remember how he beat Lewis Hamilton the year before?
Yeah, but to have six
With all that
pit
drama.
stops in one race, you know,
So they said this man is that good at a driver.
car is good, but he's a very, very good driver.
Is he better than Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah. He's more yeah man, he's more aggressive.
More aggressive.
He's more aggressive, and his mentality. He doesn't want to give up. He wants to win everything. Lewis doesn't have that mentality.
But Lewis has won everything.
He wants to win every race despite any position he's in.
But being
Max has
aggressive.
won from 17th. He has 17th on the grid.
So what makes Lewis
And won
Hamilton
the
so
race.
great then?
Because he won 7.
No, but
And he's
clearly.
black.
But he won 7.
Oh.
But he won
He's
7.
black.
We don't look at color. We don't look at color.
We don't look at that, but the world look at that.
No, but I mean, you win
And he's
7.
British.
No, so why is Tiger Woods? So why is Tiger Woods the greatest? But Tiger Woods is the greatest.
Black.
No, but Tiger Woods is the greatest.
Black.
But is Tiger Woods the
It's
greatest?
skin color.
Is Tiger Woods the greatest?
I said that's part of the whole.
Yeah, man.
Is Tiger Woods the
addition of
greatest?
Of what?
Golfer.
Golfer?
Yeah.
Suspect.
Why is it suspect? Why is it suspect?
Him don't have the most, do you know?
Suspect.
Tiger
Tiger have the most. Suspect.
But what
I think what he
Jack
did
have
during
the
this
most.
during this time made him
is
the
dominant?
great. He's dominant
Yeah.
during that time period, but just overall greatness, no.
No, the Tiger
We
Woods
don't
is
look at
great.
what Phil Nicholson has done and Colin and
No, yeah,
McEnroe.
Jack.
Jack.
have the.
That is way back in 19. Oh, long.
Could have been 18. It could have been 17.
Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer of all time.
Because he's black.
What Tiger Woods did for the sport of golf, and not even so. You're winning.
I
What
think
you
the
talking?
greatest
Even
thing-
so, Lewis Hamilton is black.
I
But
think the
he
great-
win 7.
The
It don't matter what color you are, you win 7.
The greatest thing Tiger Woods did
How much Max have?
was that 3.
Yeah, so 7 is better than 3. Any day of the week.
3 consecutive.
I'm just saying 7 is better than 3. But then again, there are other things to it because, I mean,
Black. I'm not afraid to talk because
because what?
Lewis is black. That's
No,
why.
but black or not, he's a driver.
No,
You don't watch color. We don't watch color. I mean, he's driving.
Them prop it
Prop
up
it.
more.
So,
Yeah, man.
they make him win.
No, they don't
They
make
not
him
make him win, but-
Otherwise,
So,
it's-
but
it's
he
a
win.
factor.
But the thing is, they make Max win.
One of them. One
And
out of
this
the
one
3.
again too.
No man, this one is pure
But
dominant.
there's no.
Tiger Woods is the greatest of all time.
Is the greatest.
More PGA wins than even Jack Nicklaus.
I'm telling you, Tiger Woods is the greatest of all
You
time.
can't say one once.
Lewis Hamilton
The greatest
is win.
thing
No, but the
Tiger
thing
Woods
is,
did.
you people are to win. Lewis Hamilton win.
You win.
Him win.
Win.
What more you can do than win? Whether you're more
But he
aggressive
wasn't
or not.
dominant though.
I win at table tennis and I'm not aggressive.
He wasn't dominant.
But I win. When you play the game to win.
So Lewis was not dominant.
He wasn't dominant, no.
So if you win 7,
Max wins.
All right, so they say
Max wins with
give us
dominance.
7 more years. 8 more years, Max will accomplish more.
More than Lewis.
Well, you guys going in the future. But even so, how many people have won 7?
Have 1 minute, guys. 1 minute.
How many people have 7 in Formula 1?
Formula 1?
Yeah. Nobody. Even Schumacher alone, 2 of them have the record at 7.
Schumacher
Have 7. The record is 7. Lewis Hamilton have 7. Schumacher is 7. So what you telling me about color? Did color don't mean that you win?
No, that's what he's saying is that color.
Why is it hyped up?
Color absolutely in certain sports in America.
Over in the world.
It's not an American sport.
They can use color. No man, America is the biggest marketing country.
I'm just saying.
So they can use the marketing effect to prop up somebody. That's what I'm saying. But he's not really saying it's color, but them can use marketing and all of these.
Your speaker is speaking. He's saying, but there's nothing to do with it.
It's a color. The color push him, elevate. It made the situation bigger than what
precise.
It
just like Tiger Woods. If Tiger was just white, it wouldn't be as big.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure if Michael Jordan was white,
if Tiger was white, it wouldn't be as big.
It wouldn't be as big.
No, that's not true.
No, it wouldn't be as.
It wouldn't as big. But it's the same thing. It wouldn't be as big.
Yes. Yes, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be as talked about.
Let me ask you.
In the world.
Before we end this.
If Jordan was white, if he said we'd be talking about Jordan, no?
Somebody, let's say a white person.
The white thing Walnut, because Walnut beat the Chinese. When you beat the Supreme in the sport.
Back to back Olympics, 100 meter and all of these things, and go 4 times, even without beating both records.
But even so,
person will be
if Walnut was Chinese.
Because the sport was dominated by a certain type.
Precisely.
Yeah, so when you find a man like Tiger coming out of nowhere now, it elevates him a little bit.
If Walnut was Chinese, people be like,
it would not be the same thing. If Walnut was Chinese,
race has nothing to do with Tiger Woods.
No, we're not saying that.
We're not saying that.
No, I'm not saying achievements. I'm talking about the aura around that.
Yes. No, Tiger Woods is the greatest.
Lewis and Michael or whoever, I'm not there. But
Max is not that in that class yet.
No, not yet. You can't put him there.
I'm not there yet.
Max is at the top of Formula 1 because of a rule change.
Yes.
Cars.
Yes.
They made rule changes and Mercedes decided to stick to them car rather than come with a new car.
Yeah.
And so it has taken them 2 years to get to this point.
But Max won before the rule change.
Hamilton used to bust him shirt.
He's 7-time champion.
Hamilton used to beat him.
But the man is 7-time champion.
Max won before the rule change, you know. The first championship Max won was before the rule change. Afterwards, they changed for the second, you know.
We're getting into a heated debate now, but guys, we have to wrap up now.
Hey, we're back for the year. We're back with a bang. I mean, never short on controversy, but one thing, we have diverse opinions all across the board, and that's what makes this show so great because, again, I mean, we're all about sports here, and we do our research, and in time, sometimes we agree and sometimes we disagree. But, I mean, going forward, we shall best for 2024. And as I said, I hope you all enjoy the festive season. And we look forward to you joining us again throughout the year 2024. Because for me, my biggest highlight for the year is the numbers that this show has garnered over the past year. And I want to big up all the listeners out there. Fit and no matter what the platform is. And again, we have to big up Fit FM 96.7. As I said, YouTube, Facebook.
Yes.
I mean, the app Primal 4K. All over the world. So again, one love. DJ Q is up next. And again, see you next week. This time, same place, same time. We talk sports and we love it. So hey, stay tuned, guys. And thanks for the support. And all the best in 2024.
All right.
Big up.
Have a good evening.
From the Primal Sports Jan.
Happy New Year again.
Stay.